I used to work in Carltonville in 2014. I received a call from Sifiso Ntuli. He got my number from Muzi. They asked me to come to Basotho hostel for Sloris. I came to the Basotho hostel and Sifiso called me to the bedroom. In the bedroom it was myself, Sifiso and Muzi. Whilst in the bedroom, Sifiso told me there was a job that evening. Sifiso and Muzi left the hostel. I remained behind and was drinking and chilling with my friends. Muzi called me to the Vivo vehicle later that evening. He was with Sifiso in the vehicle. When this thing initially happened, we were in Muzi's room and we proceeded to Sifiso's and Ntokosi's room number 1B. While we were in Sifiso's room, Karos and Ntokosiseni Mapisa arrived. Karos and Ntokosiseni Mapisa then called Kelly Khumalo. They told her that they were all right. We all then left in the Polo Vivo. It was myself, Karos, Ntokosiseni Mapisa, Sifiso and Muzi. At the stop sign, another Polo Vivo came and Karos, Ntokosiseni Mapisa, Sifiso and Muzi alighted the vehicle. I remained behind. They spoke amongst themselves and they spoke with Simpiwe, who came in the other Polo Vivo vehicle. Simpiwe gave Ntokosiseni 2 firearms. We then left. We went to the township for Sloris. At Sloris we stopped the vehicle. A call came in. I think it was Kelly, and Karos kept on referring to this person as sisters. Karos got out of the vehicle to take this call, whereafter he called Mapisa, Sifiso and Muzi out of the vehicle. They had a meeting outside the vehicle. They came back to the vehicle. Ntokosiseni took out a firearm and gave it to Karos. Muzi had his own firearm. Sifiso had his own firearm. I was the only one without my own firearm. I had a small one in my pocket, but didn't use it. It was given to me in the vehicle. Karos said to us, we all had to be positioned since we all are going to hit Senzo Meyiwa. We then all got out of the vehicle. Sifiso was the driver, Muzi was the lookout. Mapisa went to stand by the window, also a lookout for someone who might come out of the window. Karos and I was supposed to get in the house. When we got to the house, he pulled out a firearm. He ordered everyone to lie down and he demanded phones and money. Karos then gave me a phone. I had a plastic bag with me. There was a plastic container on the table with money. Karos gave me the container, which I put in the plastic bag. Everyone was lying down. I believe Karos was told where whatever he was looking for was. Karos was about to open something when Senzo Meyiwa stood up. There was then a scuffle between them and Karos, between him and Karos, my apologies. During this intense scuffle, Senzo took a chair and hit Karos with it. It appeared as if he wanted to prevent Karos from taking whatever he wanted to take from wherever he was opening. Kelly Khumalo was the one who directed Karos where the thing was, which he wanted to take. During the scuffle, Karos fired 2 shots. I did not see where Senzo was hit, because when the shots were fired, I went outside. I was still in the house when it was fired, and I left the house as Senzo was falling. I ran out. As I ran out, Nthokoziseni Mapisa came in. I ran and got in the vehicle. They remained in the house. I was there plus minus 5 minutes before they came. As I ran to the car, Muzi was standing outside. All came back, Muzi in front, Nthokoziseni and Karos were behind him, following him. We drove away from the scene, and while driving, Karos and Nthokoziseni asked for the phone and plastic container which I gave them. Karos then said, "Here is my watch." We drove to the hostel and went straight to room 1B. Karos then pointed to Sifiso and said he must warn me. If any word comes out that they were involved, then he would kill me. Karos and Sifiso then ordered me to go to the kitchen. The 4 of them, Karos, Mapisa, Sifiso and Muzi, remained in the bedroom, and they closed the door. Sifiso then came out and gave me 15,000 rand. I was shivering, since I was never involved in such a thing before. We all left the hostel in the Polo Vivo. At the stop street, Mapisa and Karos then got into the other Polo Vivo vehicle and left. During the drive to the stop street from the hostel, Karos kept on pointing his finger at me, threatening me. He was also swearing because I was visibly frightened. I forgot to mention, before they parted ways, the 4 of them first had a meeting outside the vehicle. I also forgot to mention that Nthokoziseni asked Karos at the hostel, "Are you sure you really hit him?" At the stop sign, he pointed me with his finger, saying, "I am telling you, you will," and your worship, Your Honor, there's a profanity word.
Read it, because at the SCA and the constitutional courts, they won't be having this document.
"You will shit."
Yes.
And he said, "A deal is a deal." He also said, if he hears anything, he will kill me. He doesn't know my parental home, but Muzi knows, and he will show him. Muzi walked to his place thereafter. Sifiso then said I must not sleep at my place. He took me to a place in Johannesburg, a flat, after picking up his brother in Davidton. Sifiso and his brother then bought liquor and we drank. I went to sleep. Sifiso came to pick me up in the morning. They dropped me off in Davidton. After 2 days, Sifiso gave me further cash. I got a total of about 45,000 rand. This includes the initial 15,000 rand. I then got in a taxi back to Carltonville. I had to change my cell phone number since they kept on calling me, threatening me. One other year, Kwabini Sifiso called me and asked me if I was going to come to his hometown. I went to his house and called him, but he then told me he is at Muzi's house. I then went to Muzi's house. On my arrival, I discovered there was a meeting which was about to end. I do not know what it was about. In this meeting, the fathers of the guys who held the meeting were present. I was there plus minus 3 minutes. When we were asked if we are not family, we should excuse ourselves from the meeting. Kwabini remained, and I went outside. Kwabini later said the meeting was about an altercation between the sisters of Muzi, who threatened to tell the police they had Senzo killed. That's all.